Hello everyone, I'm Tatenda and you are watching The Music Lounge. Thank you so much for joining us for this program. If this is your first time tuning in, thank you so much for deciding to watch The Music Lounge. And if you're a returning subscriber, a returning viewer, thank you once again for joining us for today's episode. I truly hope that you've had a blessed week wherever you are. And if not, I pray that this episode is going to leave you feeling a bit more enlightened, a bit more uplifted and blessed. Now, I just want to read a short verse for you before we get into today's episode. I wanted to read from 2 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 5, which says, "Not that we are sufficient of ourselves to think anything as of ourselves, but our sufficiency is of God." Now, I think this verse perfectly describes what the Music Lounge is all about, because it is a musical program that is designed for us to appreciate the different talents and gifts that God has placed in us, and also recognizing that power, the talents, and the gifts that we have all come from God. And so not wasting much of your time, I'm going to let you know about the guest that we have for today. Now, we've had so many different people on the show, if you've been following from the first day. We've had young people, old people, middle-aged people. But I think for today, we have a face that is very familiar to most of you, I'm assuming. And I'm sure that you're all going to be excited for today's episode. And so without wasting much of your time, I'm going to let Gamu, I think I hear a knock. So I think Gamu is walking in now. So let's get ready to welcome our guest for today.
Hello.
Hello, Gamu.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great.
You're feeling great?
Yeah, that's all I can say.
Okay, are you ready for today's episode of The Music Lounge?
Yes, I'm ready.
Do you know what you're here for?
Interview, I guess.
Okay, great. So thank you so much for coming to The Music Lounge. I'm sure a lot of people are excited for today because, we've been seeing you a lot on our screens lately. Some people may not know your name, actually, so I think this is a chance for them to get to know you better. So maybe you can just tell us a bit about yourself. Who is Gamuchirai? Where did you grow up? If you want to tell us your age, if you want to tell us about your family, anything that you want to share with us that you think our viewers should know about you.
Okay, thank you. My name is Gamuchirai Mtendereki. I stay in Waterfalls, second born in a family of 5. Currently studying at Trust Academy, A-level. I'm a girl who's very passionate about music, and I'm also looking forward to trying new things and improving myself in music. I think that's all I can say for now.
Okay, great. I love that you've already gotten straight into being passionate about music. So we want you to tell us, where did this passion come from? How did you discover that, what, Irina, I think I'm passionate about music. Zvakatangira kupi?
Zvakatangira well, growing up, I'm not saying I'm grown up, no, but I never used to sing like this.
Okay.
I mean, in primary school, I was I knew I could sing, but it was never my thing.
Okay.
Until this other day, I watched Penyo Tambama singing. I think it was his first song, Dear. I think that's the name. Yeah. I just loved how he sang the song.
Okay.
That's how I started becoming very passionate about singing.
Okay.
Then I told my mom, I want to be like this guy.
And this was after primary school?
Yes.
Okay.
I would actually tell her I want to be like this guy. And one day I want to meet this guy and tell him that one day I'll be like you. So I think that's how I started liking singing and all. It was because of him. And also my mom. My mom was there for me to tell me how gifted I was. Yes. I can actually say my whole family. Yeah.
So is your family a musical family, would you say that?
Yes.
So all of you sing?
Except my dad.
Okay, no, but that's good enough. That's that's good enough. Okay, that's amazing. Okay, so now walk us through. Fine, now you've discovered that, you know what, Irina, I want to start singing more, right?
Yes.
Do you remember the first time you sang in front of a huge crowd? be it at school, at church, wherever it was? Do you remember the first time you sang?
Yeah, I think I do. It was my late aunt. Yeah, she passed. So on her funeral, we sang as a family, the
Okay.
Kumalo family.
Okay.
And I was requested to sing a solo on that funeral. Yeah, that was the first time I sang. So, you know Mandikuza, Uncle Mandikuza from Shaba? Yes.
Yes.
He was there when I sang.
Okay.
Yes. So after I sang, I just sang, just in general, like just singing. I never thought that maybe I would be, So he saw me, and then after the funeral, he requested me to sing on the Shapa concert.
Okay.
Yes.
Which year was this?
Last year.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So I think the first time I sang was at a funeral in front of,
And how did you feel the first time that you sang? Was it a scary experience?
I was very nervous. Very, very, very nervous.
Really? But I'm assuming, okay, you say you were nervous, but I'm assuming you sang very well. Because if Uncle Mandikuza actually noticed that, you know what, there's a great talent here, and even inviting you to come sing with Shower Power, I'm sure you sang very well.
Yeah, I think I did. But I was very nervous.
Really? Are you still nervous today? Even when you perform in front of people, do you still feel the nerves?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Not anymore.
Not anymore?
Not anymore.
I'm sure. And I think a lot of us can actually agree, because every time I've witnessed you singing, you cannot even tell. It's almost like you're just singing to your family, to people you're used to. You can't even tell Kuti you're nervous or anything like that. So, which is great. Fine. Okay, so now you're singing with Shower Power, right? I'm sure you're actually singing with Shower Power now.
And Lighthouse too.
And Lighthouse as well. Oh, okay, great. Those are big groups. Those are big groups. And so how has that experience been for you? Because you're still very young, and I'm sure some people, they start, they take baby steps until they actually get to some of these groups that we know, the popular groups and all of that. But you're already, you're already straight, you're already there now. So how has that experience been for you? Have you experienced any challenges so far, being a young person, singing with people that Kuti, Manawa, they've been singing for a long time, or for you it's smooth sailing so far?
I think it has really helped me in growth, and improving myself. I think I'm actually improving because of those two groups.
Okay.
They let me express myself. Yes. And then the challenges I've been facing, I think sometimes it's fear.
Okay.
Because you're singing in front of people, and people talk.
Yeah.
People talk a lot. So at the same time, you want to focus on what you're doing, but there's that one thought that people may actually start talking kuti. So the pressure, I think that's one of the challenges I've been facing.
Okay. What about in terms of actually memorizing the songs? Because if you're singing with Shower Power and Lighthouse, you definitely need to know your lyrics and everything. So how has that been for you? Is there like a specific vocal training that you do? How many times do you even practice as well? Because I'm sure you have to balance between the two. Saka, how do you manage that?
Well, I think it's because of my mom. Every time before I sing, the night before, she makes me rehearse. Okay. She makes me stand on top of the table, holding a remote, telling me how to do things. Hey, you're supposed to do. The whole family will be my audience. They'll be judging me. You're supposed to do this. You're supposed to do this. Yes.
And has that helped you?
Yes, very much. That's how I'm very confident. It's because of my family. Yes.
Okay. Wow. That's great. I hope that there are also some young people that are watching you, because I definitely know there are a lot of people that actually look up to you now, and I don't think people actually know that you are as young as you are. So, it's great to see young people like you already being involved in ministry in this way. So tell us about you, Gamu. Now I want to shift from the groups that we're talking about, but you as an individual. I'm sure you know that you're a great singer. You're very talented. And so do you have any goals or aspirations for yourself as a musician, maybe in the near future or, in the distant future?
My number one goal is to make my name a brand.
Okay.
Yes. I think and to open my own studio, of course, with my name on it. Yes. And I'm also looking forward to inspiring other people.
Okay.
Just like how I was inspired by Pena.
So does he actually help you, like mentor you with your singing and everything?
Sometimes.
But he's definitely someone you look up to in the musical space.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you this. You did say that you got your appreciation and your love for music from watching him singing, right? So what else have you learned from him that you think has also helped you to be a better singer, a better musician in the church?
I think his passion for music.
Okay.
Yes.
How do you...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's something that you've learned from him.
And to be confident, of course.
Okay. And so, kuchechwenyu, do you sing? But I'm sure because you sing in so many groups, I don't think do you ever get a chance to actually sing at your own local church? Not really, no?
I used to before I joined these two groups. Yeah, I used to. But I would sing with my sister and my little brother.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And so how has that helped you, spiritually? I'm assuming, are you a baptized member? I'm
Yes,
sure you are. Okay.
I'm a baptized
And so has
member.
that helped you spiritually? Because, with things like getting involved in ministry, you face so many different challenges. Like what you're saying, people always have, things to say, some things not so positive and some things not so helpful all the time. And so how, as being a musician helped you, singing for God, has that helped you spiritually? Or not to feel like I'm no longer on good terms with God.
I think I'm still in the process. For example, there are some songs I sing. Anonyatsotaura zvinhu zvekuti wega hauzokwanise kuda suppose a song yandinoimba kushapa inonzi Oh Lord. Yeah. Yeah, so ndinonditendeutsa iyoyo. Saka pamwe pacho kana wakuda kuita zvinhu zvakashata unongozvidzora wega kuti asi ndinoimba song ini. Saka I think it's really helping me to make good choices in life sometimes. Yeah, and it's a process. I'm still working on that.
Okay, that's great. I like the fact that you mentioned kuti pane zvimwe zvinhu zvekuti mamwe masongs ekuti unotoimba wozorangarira wakuda kuita wakuda kuita zvinhu sizvo kuti but you know what, but inini song yandinotomboimba inotonditsiura. I think it's great that you're actually using your ministry as well to apply it in kurarama kwaunenge uchiita. So I'm sure a lot of people are looking forward to the song that you're going to be singing, right?
Yes.
So tell us why you chose that specific song.
There's some challenges in life we face. This song, that sometimes when you go through the difficult times, and all you want to do is ask God, why? But at the same time, you have to rejoice in Him because He is the one who brought you and He knows whatever He has planned for you. So this song helps me I know that these challenges can, disconnect me from my spiritual life sometimes because it can be difficult sometimes. But it helps me to rejoice in Him, to have faith in Him that one day everything will be okay.
Great, yes. That's great. What's the title of the song actually?
Day by Day.
Day by Day. Powerful. Thank you for sharing that. And I actually want to ask you, have you ever thought of being a composer before? Or is that something you'd want to do? Or?
Yes. But I've actually did something, but zvakagumira munzira.
Koindava sei usina kuzosvika kumagumo?
Ndinotogara pasi ndototi 1 2 1 2 kuti izopera manje handichazoti ndakuenda kupi. Saka ndongozvisirawo nzira. But one day,
I'm sure, I think we're definitely looking forward to that. Because, you know, when you combine your musical talent, you're singing and actually saying, kuti song yandir kuimba injindaka yenyora, I think that will also be a powerful testimony for you as well. Great. You know what, Inina, I'm actually so inspired by the fact that, you know, like I told you, kuti, I don't think people actually know how young you are. And some of those people include myself as well. I had no idea kuti you were this young. But, you know, the way you sing, you know, you have such a powerful voice.
Thank you.
And, you know, when you sing as well, you can actually feel kuti this song is coming. It's not kuti urkungomira pamberi pevanhu wongonoimba, but you know, but it's coming from the heart. And so have you also had instances where maybe kuimba kwaunenge uchiita you just feel like pano ndiri kungoimbawo because ndiri mugroup, kana kuti have you always had that spiritual experience? And you can be very honest, it's fine. I'm sure no one will crucify you for being honest about that, because you know I think it's good for you to just share zvinhu experience as a young person, you know, in the ministry. So have you ever had that experience yekutongoona kuti panapaka I think ndiri kungoita wangu, but there's really
I think when I joined Lighthouse, you know, Lighthouse is a big group. It's a huge group with a lot of people. And none of them are my age mates. So the moment you tell a person, kuti I sing in Lighthouse, anokufunza kuti nemba kupi makazara nakuri momo. So zvakatombondidisturb for some time kuti kana ndakamira pamberi apa kunenge kwakazara vanhu vakuru kumashure. Saka ndakatombodisturbeka kakawanda. But nekufamba kwenguva unotozoona kuti zvinhu zvinotondibatsira kuimba kwacho mubig group iroro kunotondibatsira. Saka
Okay, that's great. And I think wambotaura about your mom before, you know, and your family as well. But I want us to talk specifically about your mom. You said that your mom has supported you a lot, you know, and so how has that helped you become a better musician? Because you know what, having someone who always has your back like that, I think it's very important. Right. And so how has that helped you? I'm sure your mom will be very proud of you mentioning her. So
I think panyaya yandambotaura yaye kuti masongs aya anotitsiura. Ivo ndo vakatondireminder kuti mwanangu, masong onenge uchimba nemabasa ako zviri kufanana here. Unoti unotombogariswa lecture chimbobvunzwa kuti zviri kufanana here zvauri kuimba izvi. Yeah, saka my mom is always there everywhere I go. Ndikafamba kuenda kuGweru, ndikaenda kupi, she's always there with me. Saka, she also helps me she has also taught me to pray about this career. That's how I also become very confident about myself. Yes, it's because of her.
Okay. Great. And I really pray that you guys continue to have that bond that you have, you know, inoramba ichikubatsirawo, inokukurudzirawo mu ministry yako yaunenge uchiita. And so I think, you know, just before we wrap up this episode, I keep mentioning the fact that you are a young person, because I know that you know, when you look at music in the church, Auntie, there are a lot of things that are affecting young people, and a lot of music as well that's coming into the church that's not exactly what God's designed for us, you know, and it's not exactly what is in alignment with scripture, with what we are supposed to be singing as well. Sakaiwewe, what encouragement do you have maybe for vanezera rako vanenge vachidawo kupeswa music? Because pamwe pacho vanhu vanenge vachitaura kuti isusu music yatinoimba inobowa and all of those things and chichi. But we were clearly, for me, it seems like you're having a good time. The experience is worthwhile for you. Saka, is there any encouragement that you have, any words of wisdom that you have for people your age who may also be considering, getting into the music ministry? Anything else that you want to share?
For people my age, I would encourage them to go for every chance you're given, because if you don't use the opportunities you get, you won't go anywhere. So every chance you're given, I think it's best you go for it, because you never know. Kunogara munhu anongoteererawo ongokudza kuti I want to sponsor this person. Saka I think it's best kuti usanyare vanhu. If you really love music, I think it's best you start doing it now. Yes.
Okay. And the fact that if you love music, start doing it now, it means that we are looking forward to seeing you in this ministry forever. Yes. Forever. Okay. That's great. Thank you so much, Gamu, for sharing, and thank you so much for joining us for today's episode. I think we have really benefited from you. We've had so many different people on the Music Lounge, and you have very old people sometimes, but it's great to have someone young, still sharing wisdom. So thank you so much for sharing your story with us. And I also pray, and I hope that everyone prays along with me as well, and God strengthens you in this ministry as well. Whatever challenges that you may face, whatever difficulties or whatever high moments that you face as well, I pray that God continues to be with you. And so, as we are concluding this episode, we're going to now leave you listening to Gamuchirai's song, Day by Day. And, don't forget that if you also want to be part of the Music Lounge, get in touch with the number that's appearing on your screen right now. And if you also want to, to get more from the Music Lounge, our audios, our different episodes, you can join our WhatsApp group of the Music Lounge. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow our Bluffview SDA Church social media platforms. And until next time, be blessed and have a good Sabbath.
Gives unto within thy holy word. Help me, Lord, when toil and trouble meet to take as from my Father's hand. One by one, the days, the moments fleeting, till I reach the promised land. He whose heart is kind beyond all measure gives unto each day what he deems best. Loving me, it's part of pain and pleasure. Me